Hey all, Frosty here, and welcome to another Call of Duty DMZ video. And man oh man, is the community in an uproar about the most recent Call of Duty blog post. Why, you may ask? Well, take a seat and we'll get right into it. So, Call of Duty's most recent blog post revealed changes that would be coming to DMZ in the new Season 2 update, which will not be released until February 14th due to a delay. While most of the changes were seen as welcomed, there's one specific item that is not, which is the refresh or wipe of faction mission progress. To put this in better perspective, I want to first go over one of the other changes that to me should make the refresh more easy to accept, which specifically is the mission difficulty tuning. Per Call of Duty's blog, data and feedback reinforced that the faction mission difficulty ramp was too aggressive for many players, and that the demanding scale ultimately made it very challenging to unlock the second insured weapon slot by completing all Tier 3 missions in Season 1. We have adjusted the overall scaling of difficulty in missions as the tiers progress. Later tier missions will still be quite challenging even for the experienced operator, but we believe more straightforward access to an additional insured slot will provide a better path forward for all players. Now, what they are saying here is that they listened to the complaints that the Tier 1 through 3 missions to unlock your second insured weapon slots were a bit difficult and time-consuming for most players, and they are adjusting that to provide a better experience overall, which is great, right? Well, the other update for DMZ is where people initially started losing it, which is the seasonal refresh. Again, according to the Call of Duty blog, all new missions are coming to Season 2, including a refresh of your current faction mission progress and inventory, your contraband and keys, reset. We will be detailing all the need-to-know intel for DMZ ahead of Season 2 in an upcoming blog. So, there are two pieces to this. First, all new missions are coming to Season 2, which means they are adding new missions to DMZ, which is also a great thing. Number 2, there will be a refresh of your current mission progress and an inventory reset. Now, most complaints I have seen initially were about the faction mission reset and how people had wasted their time playing if all of their progress was going to be reset. But to be honest, how would this game progress and continue if there isn't a refresh of some sort? I'm sure someone has a grand idea, however, I don't see how without some level of refresh happening. And honestly, I personally expected this to happen at some point. This is typically a normal thing in extraction looter shooters. They just refresh the data from time to time. Now, to be fair here, Call of Duty should have mentioned this a long time ago, and the communication on that has obviously been horribly managed. Now, while I see this cause initial uproar, there was a second uproar that followed. Several Call of Duty news content creators stated that in a conversation with Call of Duty reps about the refresh, asked if this would affect insured weapon slots. Call of Duty responded that in fact, it would affect those weapon slots, meaning that you will go back to one insured weapon slot and have to grind out the other two again. While I totally understand the frustration of having to unlock these again, let's put it into a bit of perspective on the refresh as a whole. New missions are being added, along with the refresh, which should in turn, I hope, bring new rewards to unlock, which I would believe is a good thing. So while you have to regrind the tiers and maybe some of the mission, you should get new rewards. Similar to how a battle pass resets every 90 days. Secondly, yes, insured weapon slots are being reset. However, they stated in the mission difficulty tuning section that they are adjusting the difficulty of the tiers to make unlocking the second insured weapon slot easier to obtain. So yes, you have to regrind the weapon slot, however, it should be easier this time around. Add this together with the fact that they are also adjusting the AI spawn amount, location, difficulty levels, as well as the initial spawn locations of players, it should provide a better and smoother experience. Now, as I said, should several times in this video, which does not mean it is guaranteed, but hopefully that is the case. I cannot argue that this game does not desperately need some quality of life and bug fixes. It does. But at the end of the day, this mode is also in beta, and they will make some drastic changes, just as they did in Warzone 1, until they have found the right balance for the game. Above all, Activision needs to do much better at their communication. This above everything else would reduce the amount of uproar. So, that is the drama surrounding DMZ's upcoming update. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of the recent blog posts. The comment section is way too quiet, so let's try fixing that and have some conversation around this. So for now, stay frosty, and we'll see you in the next DMZ.